Hello and welcome back to another West March Guys live stream, everybody. We did take last week off. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we just had a lot of people who were busy and not a lot of people could play. So we took a week off to, I guess, mourn what had happened in the prior sessions, but we will get to that. But first, we are still sponsored by McCarthy Farms and whatever anybody holds up at this current moment in time. Beautiful. So let's dive right into what happened and why we're kind of on the sad train.
Well, first, everyone needs to look at these nameplates that are awesome.
Oh, nice. Yes, everyone.
Oh,
I
true.
we have finally updated everybody with their new looks. It is quite
Let's see
exciting.
that real quick.
Let's shout out
Yay!
to AJ Tangles for his amazing work as always.
Oh, stop! I'm gonna blush. So, anyways, distraction from that. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Um, you're complimenting me after I ruined everything. So we have left off with the party. The After the high of celebrating Magmore's victory in the massive Coliseum in Port Royal, um, to the very low point
It's been a
of
roller coaster of emotions, all right?
having to watch Pothos and Trypha burned alive. You guys were able to defeat Captain Pukara. Um, you were able to meet up with your flanking team, which was able to secure Captain Pukara's getaway ship, the Sparrow's Calling. And as we're going to pick up right as the two groups are meeting right in front of the completely destroyed Thriving Grove Tavern and Lighthouse, um, as Alharik looks around and says, "Do we win?"
Well,
And so we will pick up with you guys. You are in the courtyard. You are currently have let's hold on, put you over just on the map for reference. Yeah, what are you guys doing as you have Fuck is I think tied up, unconscious at the very least, but stable.
oh, there we are. I'm sorry, I was just trying to look for us on the map for a second there.
That's fine. Yeah, we're off on the far right. Um, I'll kick things off. Caroline, as she like comes to from the paralyzing potion, looks around in a panic, and her jaws just slowly start to drop further and further, and tears are already starting to well up. And you see her lock eyes with any of you, and just goes, "Where's Pothos?"
No.
And she turns around and she starts, "Pothos!" And her voice starts cracking and Pothos! And she's like she's headed towards this massive inferno that is just starting to quell at the base of the lighthouse. She's got her hands cupped around. Eventually she's going to get, where is she?
I don't know, but I don't want her to go into the fire.
No, that we'll say that that's her for right now. I don't know where her like actual body went. Oh no, wait, hold on. Nope, no one's on top of her. No, wait, yes, it is. That dude. Sorry. So Caroline gets to about there,
I'll be
and
right back. 1 second.
you guys watch her stop dead in her tracks, and then fall to her knees, and then like bury her hands into her like to her face, and you can see that she's just like starting to scream into her hands as she like will take them away. There's like spit and like just snot all over the hands as she like kind of crawls towards Trypho's body,
Uh,
and she like loses it.
Utag's gonna walk over to her and put his spear on the like in the ground, kind of still holding it, and his shield leaning up against it, and he's gonna put his hand on her shoulder and try to console her. Friend always here and here.
She's going to completely, she's like the second you touch her, she's gonna freak out and just be like, "Get away from me!"
He'll step back.
Okay.
Zilch is gonna look at Alheric and be like, "No, we didn't win."
How
He
bad?
just didn't die. This is
He's not even gonna like continue the conversation. He's just gonna like look right down.
Yeah,
as bad as you could
Alright, so he's
imagine.
kind of looking off into the distance, and he's like gonna start moseying like around over here. What is everyone else doing?
Utag's gonna start looting the bodies of the guys that were coming to attack us.
Okay, that's good. There we go.
Hmm.
It's good looting. All right, so roll some investigation checks.
Uh, 18, 9, or 18.
Oh, those both are very good. All right, so if you're searching Captain Kukara, you will find that he has a +1 pistol, very nicely engraved. He did throw a broken Moby's dick like over here. That I mean, it doesn't look like it's beyond repair. He has his fine captain's clothes, a bullet bandolier that holds like 50 bullets. He has a gold sack on him that contains 25 gold pieces, and he has a fairly nice, intricate snake gold necklace that's worth 100 gold pieces. That's just on his person.
Okay.
Sheila's gonna kick fuck down between his shoulder blades and then just shake him down for see what he's got.
Okay, doesn't have much.
Well, she's just doing it to be rough anyway.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's just part of the whole.
I'm with you, man. So you start to pat him down, and you can feel that he does have like a lump that's not on his front that he looks like he has hidden on his like side, and you can pull out. There's a little like very nicely like embroidered leather coin purse that if you pull it out like and pull it off of his like internal belt, you can see that it has 100 plat.
Ooh.
Is Fuck currently conscious?
No, he's absolutely unconscious. Like you
Uh,
guys left him out.
Zilch is gonna grab Fuck by the arm and start dragging him towards a fire.
Yo, Sheila's gonna stop Zilch. Like,
No.
dead in his tracks. Don't. Like, you cannot do this right now, Zilch.
You can do it after we talk to him.
He goes in the fire.
Yes, after.
He goes in the fucking fire.
Zilch, we can find out. We can end this if we talk to him. We can't talk to him if he's dead.
He's not gonna give you anything. Why would he?
We don't have any sort of way to fucking make this guy talk, any sort of magic.
As long as he doesn't figure it out, I can zone of truth him a few times.
See? We can do the thing. Just give us a chance,
That
mate,
does-
and then you can burn him alive.
Zilch.
We've
Torture?
done that thing. That doesn't make him talk. That just makes him not lie. He can still just not say anything.
I know, but we also spat him, so we have like maybe that's a little bit of an angle we can play. But it just seems like a bad idea to burn that bridge too early. Come on, mate. I know you want to so fucking bad. I know. I understand. I mean, no. I actually, I'm gonna stop. I don't fucking understand. But please, you have to be realistic here. If we want to solve this problem, you can't just throw him in the fire.
Like, Zilch, it wasn't him.
All right.
It was Thaddeus. It was
Please,
Thaddeus.
just give you are first in line to his execution.
Zilch is gonna reach into his pouch and pull out the half vial of outer.
What is it?
It's half vial of outer from Excalibur.
Oh, okay. Okay.
and he's just gonna chug it and just walk away.
Oh boy. All right. He's just gonna look back and like,
Do whatever the fuck you want.
thank you. Seriously, you can kill him afterwards. I don't give a shit. Sheila, let's tie him. Let's get him up. Come on.
Sheila's just gonna just straight fucking launch him and just like start tying his ass up.
Oh man. All right. So I'm just actually Zilch, can you roll me a D4?
Yep.
Actually, roll me a D6 and then a D4.
Okay. So 3 and then
You have 3 minutes.
2.
And you are about to have. It's going to start out as an out of body experience that is then going to turn into a like montage of everything that brought you up to this point, and then you are going to then get pulled out further than like what you would imagine is the world that you are on, and you are going to be able to not see, but you are going to be fed a direct interpretation of seeing all of the planes and how they interweave, and how when they get close to some, there are connections and then they drift apart, and that you feel that you are in this massive vat of like water, and that you can sense all of these different planes undulating through it, and like you have a lot to think about.
Yep.
Sounds like a good salvia.
But this is a good place to do it. So the rest of you, who is doing what besides looting?
Can Zilch move at all, or is he like paralyzed right now?
No, yeah, you are completely free to do what you will. The problem is that your sight is completely out of your control. Like you are, if you look down, you can sense yourself, but like when you look down, it's just empty space at a certain point.
All
Like
right.
it feels like you are flying in space. So
So
like,
Zilch is gonna fly up and just in a direction
all right,
while
now
all this shit is happening.
roll me another D4 then. Direction.
2.
All right. So you're going to go north, south. You're going to go east. So you're going to head towards Zawadi, along the prismatic coast, which is appropriate because it's going to be just a like lightning storm of colors, special effects.
Word.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. So you guys, you guys watch Zilch walk away for a little bit, and then after about 3 minutes, you just see a red flash shoot up, and then just turn very, very deliberately, and then just take off, almost creating a little tiny shockwave of like cloud around him, and he is gone. You ain't never seen him move this fast ever. But in that time, Caroline has switched to, as she's left Trifa, she's now digging around for Pothos, and it's going to get worse. And she is going to lose her voice completely. It's like it's going to be hoarse, and it looks like she's just clutching the burnt husk of Pothos's body at the base of this blazing fire. It looks like she could catch any moment, but she just doesn't give a shit. So as you guys are looting, and Heavy Neck and Sheila are tying up, fuck.
He's unconscious now, right?
Utog's walking around with this new pistol that he's got. And I'm assuming he knows how to use, like he's seen one before. He doesn't like necessarily, he isn't proficient with it, but he's seen one.
No, but you are aware of how they operate.
Yeah. So I'm going to just be walking around, and any bad guy that I find, I'm just going to be one at a time, just shooting them
All right.
as I just walk through the battlefield.
You got 33 bullets. You can use however many as you want.
I'll just do like 3 or 4 of them until the group meets back up. And as I go around, I'm just searching them as
Okay.
I'm doing that.
Perfect. So as you guys are off kind of dealing with the fallout of this issue of this event, um, you notice a couple things. There are the populace that does remain. Well, first off, the scene is you guys are looking over the smoke and ash and fire, and you notice that the sun is now starting to rise. The sky above you almost takes a eerily similar orange hue as the first light starts to crest over. You see that there are residents that are coming out of their houses or from hiding around that are picking through the burnt remains. Looks like they're like trying to pull stuff out. Maybe they used to live there. Um, Mix in that with a lot of crying, people coming, poking through, pulling bodies, flipping them over, realizing it's not them, but like even still, like, pulling them over. And it looks like there is a small, like, people are starting to collect the bodies towards like the edges of the main road. You can see that Brian, in particular, has started to crumb from down from the Stargazer, and it like looks like he is starting to try to apply some sort of first aid to people who are still bandaged and wounded and in need of something. Eventually, as when Brian comes, you see that Asfa'eia's finest also kind of gets there and takes in this gut wrenching scene. Boros, or not Boros, Boris, ears perk up, and he looks like he beelines it straight to Caroline, hopping over dead bodies, spitting on the ones that he can very clearly tell are pirates. And he goes and he just kind of taps on Caroline's shoulder. Those of you who are close, you hear her lash out again, just like go away. But for a moment, he holds his hand on her shoulder, and then her head eventually turns after like a few beats between them, and it looks like they exchange some words in a very hushed tone. And you see Caroline nod, and Boros, nods in return, and then lets go of her shoulder, and then Caroline kind of like wipes her face a little bit and like looks down and doesn't let go of Pothos, but her body kind of relaxes a little bit as she almost cradles her body and just like takes in the scene. But Boris, after having a conversation with Caroline, sees the lot of you who are still kind of grouped together around like the Heavy Neck and Sheila. Boris comes straight to you guys and goes, I see you made it. Let's go on you. I'll make this quick. We're going to have a town hall meeting. It's going to be at dusk. At dusk. We are going to address hopefully everything and the next step forward. So it's going to be right here in front of the lighthouse, because we're assuming that's where everyone's going to fit. So be here at dusk, all right? Just kind of nods and doesn't give you a chance to respond, and walks back to Asfa'eia's finest, and then they head off to start picking up the bodies that have been overturned and are like carrying them to a more centralized location, and dressing them, and helping people do this and that. So you guys now have until dusk, which is, I mean, it's daybreak, so we're talking like 7 a.m. You have quite a while to interrogate, fuck, and do anything else you might want to in the interim. So what is it, guys? Where are we fucking interrogating this fuck?
Let's what's it look like around us?
Is there like a building we could drag him into that's
Yeah.
like nice and dark?
Is there like a
The building right next to you guys is one of the only ones that wasn't burnt.
Is there like is it like big? How big is it?
Yeah, it's like a single family dwelling. So it's got like 2 rooms that are like on the first floor, and then it has a staircase that leads up to like 2 more like attic rooms. But
Is there
yeah,
is there a beam? Is there a beam? A cross beam?
on this one, yeah, there's like 2 exposed ones that are by the staircase.
Sheila's just gonna straight up just grab a chain and just fucking throw it over a beam.
Oh, Heavy Neck just like as you're looking for a chain, Heavy Neck just you hear like the sound of it clink together as he just and then just throws it over the thing. He goes, I got a hook for you too.
She's just gonna wrap the chain a couple times like on a collar on his neck and just fucking throw the hook on it. So and then give him a heave.
Okay, so before you do that, Heavy Neck takes off the belt and then he's going to tie it to the post so that he can then just kind of like choo-choo train this whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
So he's unconscious, he's barely breathing, but yeah, he easy enough to do this. I guess roll a dexterity check, just with like your dex modifier, nothing else.
Oh yeah. I get advantage on that. So boom. 20.
Oh yeah, it's man. You just perfectly gave him like just enough to hurt, but not enough to like. It's exactly what you're going for.
The right amount of dirt.
Yeah. Oh.
She's gonna find a chair and just like prop him up on it now.
Okay, so you have him propped up, neck fully kind of lynched up with an exposed beam. I'll say his back is facing the staircase entrance, and it's one of those ones where it's like you take 2 steps and make a hard right, and it goes up to the second floor. So
what Sheila's trying to achieve is that when she starts tipping the chair back with her foot, he starts choking.
I get you. Heavy Neck's just so proud. But yeah, with that roll easy enough. Heavy Neck is going to do his own roll. Sorry, I should probably close my window in case some assholes drive by. Yeah, so easy enough. The Fuck's hands are bound to the chair. His ankles are separately tied to each leg, and then it looks like Heavy Neck has started angrily just weaving more and more ropes like around his legs, some around his torso, and just so he's really secure to that back chair when it starts to chip. Anything else?
Sheila's gonna look at Utah and be like, "Close the doors."
We should get Utah. I didn't see him. I don't see him here.
He's unconscious right now, right? Can I like cast Zone of Truth and have him like immediately fail?
Let me look up the unconscious condition. Pretty sure, yes.
So it's just like when he wakes up, he like won't realize he's already in it.
Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against a creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about dex or any like wisdom.
It's charisma.
Even still.
Okay. I mean, I'm still going to try and cast it anyway. Yes, saved with the 17.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to do?
So I guess I'll have to retcon. Utah, get in here.
Oh, you.
Yeah, once you saw Utah, or once Utah saw you guys dragging me in there, he would have immediately came. He enjoys this kind of stuff.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So Utah, you walk in. It is a kind of like it's a house that was left in a very much of a hurry. Like there's dinner still set, or there's dinner leftover still on the table that they were going to clean up tomorrow. But you walk in, you can see that Fuck is currently tied to a chair. His neck has Heavy Neck's chain wrapped around it 2 or 3 times, and then that chain is thrown over an exposed support beam that is then lashed to another column. And Heavy Neck, Sheila, and I would assume like everybody else is around. Zilch, if you want to RP Finn.
Okay.
What?
I just opened Finn's thing.
Because I figured he would be here. Zilch is obviously where he is.
Zilch is taking a trip.
Yeah,
So I guess Utag and Finn could walk in together, and I'll just kind of like poke my head outside the door, look both ways, and just kind of like shut the door slowly behind me. And as I walk in, just like look at this scene and just kind of chuckle to myself.
Oh, so we're okay, so this is happening.
yeah, we're fucking doing this.
Yeah. So someone gonna hand me a rag. Let's wake his ass up.
You're not just gonna kill him. Can we just kill him?
No, we're gonna fucking.
Not yet.
What if he escapes?
Heavy's gonna gesture to all of the room.
Okay. Well, all right. I trust you.
And if he tries to do anything funny, you
We'll
don't
murk him.
bet. That's why we have you around, Finn.
All right. I'll stand over here in the corner.
All right, so I'm going to Heavy Neck is going to rustle around and find a little water container. Pour actually just he was gonna pour glass, but just hands Sheila the whole entire it's like a one of those like old school plastic 1 liter,
Yeah.
but it's clay.
Oh.
But yeah, so you doing this? Tell me what happens.
Finn's gonna Missy step up onto the beam and just look from above.
Okay.
Sheila wants to just lay a rag on his face and then just dump fucking water on his face to simulate him drowning right now.
Okay, he's gonna roll
Here we go.
roll a con save. Guys, I made him a character sheet.
Wow.
Natural 20.
LOL.
You
He's a fish, actually. That is how he likes to breathe, actually.
and you hear him go, "Oh, thank you. That's like the best way to wake up." His eyes are there's like a rag all over his face. He's just why couldn't it have been booze though?
What?
Why couldn't it have been booze though?
Sheila's just gonna kick the chair out from under him, so his fucking knees it. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
He is going to roll a con save. Actually, what am I doing? I was gonna say normally he gets advantage, but with the chair and everything, he has disadvantage, so it's a straight roll. You hear him, and then he's out.
Utag will throw his spear into the wall where he's at, like where he's hanging from, to kind of like get it so his feet will just be able to like balance right on it, so he's no longer like choking.
Okay, so
And,
he's
like
in
hanging there.
delicate.
Yeah, and then I throw it underneath him, so he's no longer like hanging from it.
Okay, so Sheila, take the rag off.
Sheila just yanked it.
Do you cast Zone of Truth, Magmore?
Yeah, I
So
can try and cast it twice on this guy, and that's it. Makes a charisma save of 17.
okay. Ooh, because he has advantage. He just is a well, not just. He's able to save in. What kind of funny business are you doing out there?
Well, I got nothing left, guys. This one's on you.
Sheila, come on, take the fucking. And then you rip the rag off. And goes, do it again. Well, actually, no, hold on, wait. Let me make sure. And he just slaps him. He just goes, and you see just barely his one eye open. Hibbick looks, all right, mate. Here's the deal. We kept you alive so that you would talk and maybe relinquish some facts about your employer, one that might benefit us. That's the whole reason you're alive. So if you don't do that fucking thing for us, and if you're not useful, Well, he's not here right now. But do you remember that guy with all the with the bat wings and he's red? He's throwing you in a fucking fire. I promised him he was able to do it if you don't give us what we want. So, how about you start fucking talking? And you see, well, let's hold on. Let's do a heavy neck intimidation check. $17 versus. Oh shit. All right, so Fuck is starting to realize what he's worth, unfortunately. Here we go. Kind of hard to tell you anything if I'm dead, right? And also choking.
Well, you should probably start trying to do so, or I mean, if you value your life, which I don't know if you do, but I mean,
I very much do. I very much do, and I very much would like to come out of this alive.
okay. So would you prefer to tell us everything that we want to know, or would you prefer to just die? Well, I guess we can't kill you. Zilch has dibs. Are you sure Zilch has dibs?
How much health does he have?
And
How's he looking? Was he like 1 HP?
what happened, Finn? Yes, he does.
Okay. All right.
Yo, Sheila is so fucking pissed right now. She's just gonna grab his fucking hand, stop everyone in their tracks, and be like, "Does he have enough value now? Because I'm gonna cut a fucking finger off if he doesn't start talking, and see how much more value he has after that."
Oh, cut a finger, cut a finger, cut a finger.
And she's gonna look at Fuck and say, "How much value do you have when I take a finger off?"
Goodbye, idiot.
A lot of value. I'll talk. I don't. Yes, please don't cut my fingers.
Sheila's
I have
literally gonna
daggers.
take her gray sword and just put her like whole sword up to his hand and say she's just gonna take one finger, but it's clearly gonna take a whole hand if she messes.
I just want to know.
Thaddeus, how do we get to him?
How did he
I
realize?
don't know.
How did he realize who we were?
Who? You? How did Thaddeus know who you were?
Yeah, we didn't really leave survivors.
Apparently, there was a crew that saw you guys blow up one of the safe houses.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, that was his.
That was
I
us.
feel like they were all of it was his stuff. Mm.
So can you like?
That was a good time. We should do that again. Let's do that in his real house this time.
Is there any?
And if I knew where that house was, I'd tell you. But I don't.
So you don't have the information that we need.
I can. No, I don't. He doesn't tell us where he lives.
And you tell me what you think would be useful information before I cut your fucking hand off.
I know where the other safe house is.
That's useful.
Lead with that.
I don't know if that's useful enough.
It's on the. Do you guys know the island continent of Uraith
Nope, never heard of it. Goodbye.
to the north?
Would we know what that is?
Magmar. If you grew up here, you probably would. Actually roll history checks, everyone.
Okay.
Good. Utah, good. Both the locals did well.
Hey.
Yeah, the foreigners didn't do well. The locals know where it is.
Okay.
So, guys, I will move you to the Octheon. So, Uraith is right up there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Uraith is a and I'd say Utag, with your 16, you kind of know the sailors like legend of Uraith and the fact that it is a like almost like a bowl where the continent has a wall of what the old continent used to be, and it's almost like it all collapsed inward, and it now contains like a giant ocean inside that lining of that thing. But yeah, so it's to the northwest of where you guys are currently.
Right. So you've given us a continent where this safe house could be.
Yeah. And if you live, I can just show you where it is.
If we live.
If I live, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that's quite the bold.
I live.
What do we expect at the safe house? Give me the rundown here.
Well,
Are there more freaky eyes?
probably, yeah. I haven't actually gone inside the Uraith one because they're only meant for like the captains and like the higher ups. So like, I usually just stayed on the ship because I didn't want to go into that small ass fucking cabin for no fucking reason. Because that's all it is. It's just a house for us to meet him when he needs to talk.
Gil's gonna look on the table. Is there wine on the table from their meal?
Roll here. I'll do it. Just like one little tiny glass left.
Sheila's just gonna put it to his mouth and be like, "Fuck, keep talking," and just pour some in his lips.
It's a terrible year.
Well, let's upgrade it. If you can tell us a little more.
Roll a persuasion check.
Fixed.
He seems to have he's playing along with what you're what you're trying to do, but that's all it seems like. All right, yeah. And I know where they hide the stuff. It's not at the actual safe house. Did you guys figure that out when you blew up the other one?
Yeah, it was a bust. Where's the other stuff hidden?
Well, there was a little bit of stuff in a cave next to it.
Yeah, we don't hide the stuff there. We hide it at another place. I can show you where that's at too.
You can show us on a map, yeah?
You can try, yeah. But I think I do better with my eyes, don't you think?
You think
through like bloody fucking his entire eye is red around his actual iris.
you think you're gonna have eyes after this? That's excellent.
How much
He's doing right intimidation check, Finn. As you're lobbing pot shots from above him.
You think you're gonna have eyes after this?
Just you say it with such likable and pretty face, and it's just can't take you seriously as so far. But it's only someplace close by. It's like a half mile. But that's where we keep the stuff.
Fuck. Let me ask you this. And Sheila's just gonna sit there for a second, just hold.
Ibris.
What is it?
Ibris.
Ibris.
Yeah.
Why are you called fuck?
That's a great question.
Because technically my name is Ibris Plumapes Persei Perry.
I understand.
So fuck is an acronym. Got it.
No, people just hear my real name and they go, fuck, that's long. So fuck. Just stuck.
So fuck stuck, huh?
Yeah.
So do you like the people you work for?
To be fair, this was just a small stepping stone in a very long life I hope to keep. So no, I was probably going to get out in a couple years anyway.
Sheila is just going to look at Heavy Neck and be like, we need to like sidebar this conversation for a moment.
All right. What is it? What is it?
What the fuck are we gonna do? This dude, we cannot just let him die because
Zilch
he's.
is going to.
Agmore, when did you come into here? Come a little closer. We're whispering.
What do you mean?
But we just
What
have.
There's this dude seems like he's willing to be really useful. For what, like, I don't know why heavy, but maybe this is my good looks. I don't know.
You are very easily trusting right now.
Yeah,
and I think that's why.
it might be my wide hips. Who knows? But
Who knows, maybe you're flushed from the battle. But either way,
We kill him.
look, I think that. I mean, to be honest, I think I was trying to develop a plan that wasn't even using him, so I could take or leave him. But it seems like he kind of has an idea of where we could probably start.
Hey, fuck, they're
So-
talking about killing you.
Sheila's just making all these like hands, so it looks like it's just a really bad.
So I mean,
They're gonna let Zilch drag you into a fire. That's gonna suck for you.
all right, you can roll me another.
There it is.
So are we just gonna spin this that we need to extend it, but he can still be burnt?
Oh, all right. So here's the thing, like, if he's willing to fuck over and just give us the information, why not? I mean,
How do we know that that
trust
information
him?
is
It's
accurate?
not like, how could he fuck us over? Does he have anything?
I don't know. The only thing he's gonna do is
Like
lead us to
you,
more
he likes
people
to
that we
train.
want to find anyway. So who cares?
I mean, at the very least, he could lead us to the other safe house.
At the very least, and we'll fight them. And we
Don't,
fuck it.
don't we know what the other fucking captains look like? Can't we search them that way?
Yeah. We can have Laura describe those weird twinsy ones.
What if we just fucking kill our way through his crew and then up the chain?
Ah, Utag likes that.
Todd, when did you come here?
Captain,
We'll just
Captain, the prisoner must die.
We're just like randomly popping up.
So, I mean, that's what my plan was because it just seemed like the logical thing to do. Because, and he's gonna turn over to fuck and go, "Oi, fuck! How
Here it
much
comes.
did Thaddeus fucking like? Was he around a lot, or was he kind of hands off captain of this whole fucking fleet?" And fuck ponders for a sec. Goes, to be honest, I never seen him physically. I heard about him, but secondhand, really. From what I know, he's a paranoid schizophrenic. So it's really he thinks everyone's trying to get him apparently. So
Well,
he
that's
seems to have
that's
a
true now.
lot- He seems to have a lot of precautionary measures put in place.
If everyone wasn't out to get him before, they are now. So
Yeah, the dude kind of seems to fuck over everyone he comes into contact with.
well, you did that too. So I mean, you got
I
that in
was-
common.
To be fair, I was trying to get here, and then these guys picked me up, and they seem like not that bad guys.
Hmm. Yeah, no, your insight's higher than that.
Hold on, let's see if his persuasion. It's not convincing. He definitely seemed like he was just like, yeah, the sob story. I knew what was going on.
These guys aren't that bad.
Yeah, so it looks like he may or may not dip into the evil sort of alignment chart, just a tad. But yeah, I don't really know that. I mean, I couldn't tell you where to find the guy. I know he's got a nice ship.
You know where it is?
No, the last I heard, he was supposedly sailing in the Vasundu Ocean, trying to woo some pirate baroness lady. I don't know. She controls that ocean.
Pirate Baroness. What's her name?
Just gonna roll a history check to see if he remembers.
Yep.
Baroness Phantasma.
Oh, that's a nice name. I'd like to meet her.
That's a pretty name.
Yeah, for a stripper.
You best hear. She doesn't hear that you ever say that.
Oh, who's gonna tell her? You?
No, I would never. And she's just, from what I've heard, it's she's intense. Actually, now that I think about it, if her and Thaddeus teamed up, shit.
Would that be
Anyways,
scary?
yeah, it would be scary. Not as scary as me dying. So can I at least get my windpipe back?
Heavy Nick, what's that annoying song you're always singing on the boat? I forget how it goes. Can you just how does it go again?
Oh, hold on 1 sec.
The really annoying one.
Oh, the birthday song?
Is that it?
It's the birthday song. And he's gonna go up and like climb right up next to where the chain is, and he's just gonna go, "This is your birthday song. It isn't very long." Hi! And he's gonna jump off and hold the chain, and then just slam it straight up, and he's gonna roll a strength save, and we're gonna see if Harry Neck doesn't kill him. Okay, because he has advantage on these because of a fucking high elf, his neck holds, but you do hear like a pop, 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 pop. And then he lets go very quickly, and then the chain relaxes, and then throws the chair forward just a little bit, just so he can lurch forward. But the chain is still there, still attached, but is now slack enough that you hear him. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure to meet you.
He is now going to hear that song over and over again in his head via message. And Finn's just gonna sit in the corner, just like watching and laughing. And like every so often, you'll probably just hear like Finn
Damn it.
giggling.
He has message, but his hands are bound, so he can't send it back to you. Motherfucker. He's just looking around, just like his ears are constantly twitching and getting very, very red. Much more so than his skin. And you can tell that he's just like wincing every time you hear the hey.
Or what is happening right now to him?
But so he's just, his eyes are twitching and like suffering from psychosis. But he's divulged that, said his hello. So I guess that means I earned my life, at least for today.
That's up to you guys.
Utag wants to kill him still.
Oh yeah, no. To be honest, Utag, I thought I was gonna kill him there. But he's got a strong neck.
Oh, don't worry, I won't let him die.
There you go. There. Good enough.
We'll just keep hurting him over and over and over again.
More questions.
Who's got more questions?
How many more ships? How many ships does Thaddeus have?
Oh yeah. How big's his crew in general?
So he has he's got, I'll name them off. He's got Fat Man, Little Boy, which are the two gunner ships. And then he's got, well, I now know you've got there was Sparrows Calling, Rockhod, and the Woodgrain Phoenix with that ugly fucking beast of a captain. Yeah, so if you've burned through the bottom three, that means he's got Fat Man and Little Boy, and I think his ship's called the something Merchant. I don't know. Something really fucking
It sounds profound.
sounding. Yeah, and it sounds hoity toity.
This is
So
your birthday song.
yeah, that's how big his ships are. And do not fuck with those kind of ships. Because they can fucking, I mean, I've seen them sink fleets before.
Well, we blew up the bottom half of one of them.
Did you? That's
Yeah, that was
impressive.
fun.
That was a good time. Shouldn't keep so much gunpowder on there.
I feel like they won't anymore.
But I guess it was only bad in that certain instance. It's usually a great place to leave it.
Yeah. Dangerous.
I believe that's pretty much
That must have sucked, dying in a fire.
yeah.
I wonder what that's gonna be like.
Hope not to find out.
You can let us know later.
I guess I'll haunt. Okay, I definitely gonna haunt you.
No, I'll bring you back, and then we can do it again.
Oh shit! You see his eyes like sink at the very real possibility that could fucking happen, and
Not just me. Magmore can do it too.
roll an
Very
intimidation
long
check
time.
with advantage.
Both of us or just him?
You can both roll or one roll with advantage.
Oh, you're good.
24.
He looks like he ages like 10 years in the 5 second window where, and even as a high elf, it's like, I mean, he's looks very young for that race, but his eyes just sink. He goes, look, man, I told you that's all I fucking know, and I'll help you fuck over the guy. I told, like, seriously, fuck the guy. He's probably is gonna fuck us all over anyway.
And that's why we won't leave you dead. So there you go. That's the trade-off.
I'll take it. And he just, like, his eyes start quickly darting around at every single person that's in the room right now.
You just
Anybody
gotta
else?
hope. You just gotta hope that all of us can hold off Zilch.
Yeah, mate, and he's fucking. Oof.
He's really good.
If there was ever somebody to not piss in, it would have been him.
What about him?
Next to Sheila, of course, because she could cut it in probably what 1-2 swings. If he's sitting like this, it'd be really easy to line it up straight, right? And just one.
Just drop her sword on him.
Give him the old 1-2. Skiddly
All
do.
right, guys, look, I understand what you're doing, and look, I am very nearly about to piss myself. So, could we just cut to the chase where either you just knock me
This
out?
is your birthday song.
Guys, come on, just seriously, just knock me out, or I don't know, I don't care. It looks like he's at
Nah.
the bar stage.
Yeah.
Sheila's just gonna just lay it into him.
You're just gonna punch him straight in the fucking face.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. Roll a hit with advantage. She's restrained. Are you doing so to like kill him?
No, non-lethally.
Okay, non-lethal, thank you.
23.
Oh, you just clock him straight across the button and just head, and then he just falls, like, and you hear the chain go clunk, slack as it starts to just hang there. And Heavy Neck will go over, kind of pull the chain, just kind of like jingle it up and down a little bit and go, oh, guys, look, watch. Look at me. I'm stupid fuck. No. No, get over there. And he like pushes his head to the other side. I love to be gay. I don't know. I want to be lame. And then what else do you guys want to do as he's puppeteering?
Smack. Good morning.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this is never going to end.
he
See,
looks over.
see
he
that
looks
there's the bargaining, there's the deal that you can make with us in order to save your life, but also there's the punishment that you must receive for your sins.
He then just looks over at Sheila with like a bruise already starting to form, like right on his jaw. He spits out, goes, "All right, I'll get it over with then."
What,
And
the punishment?
he just kind of like leans his head back and waits.
Oh, the punishment isn't going to be swift. My love, the punishment is going to last for a very long time. A very, very, very long time. But anyway.
You hear a hammer cock. Heavy Neck walks up, holds it right above his foot, and you just hear a pah! As like a gusher of blood shoots out of this fresh bullet wound right on the top of his foot, and you just hear him cry out, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" And he's going to see if he can hold his. He's still conscious.
Oh, good. Save me a spell slot. Anyway. Anything else we need from him at the in the immediate?
Well, he's got 2 feet. Anyone else?
We'll wait till he feels better from this one.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's, you know what, Finn, you're fucking brilliant.
But you know what? You know what the key is? You don't shoot the other foot. You shoot the same foot in the same spot.
Oh, but what about like a little bit up, just so like it's slowly way like fresh, because we don't want to just numb one area.
You're gonna give him a bullet tattoo?
That's a fucking good idea.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's
put
fun.
a P, pirate. How many
P
bullets could
for
he take?
pirate. Yes, I love it. Let's do that.
All right, but for now, I kind of want to regroup a little bit and check in with Tolan and the rest of us. Maybe get some fresh air.
Yeah. This shit sucks. I could definitely use a nap. I know all of y'all could probably use a nap.
Yeah.
We should take him and put him somewhere not in this person's house.
Yeah, that's like a boat
Is-
or like
is-
a safe place.
Is this person still even alive? Do we know?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, okay.
Actually, wait, with a bullet? That's a good point. I didn't even think because I'm stupid.
Or did you mean the person's house?
He was doing so.
No, I meant the person's house. Whose
Oh,
house
the
it is.
person's house. Let's roll. Yes. But they're not home right now.
All right, perhaps we should, put a little caution tape around the house and keep them from
Yeah.
coming in here. It's kind of a danger zone.
Okay. All right. So you kind of look around and straighten up some few things, like see the dirt, like the blood on the ground, just kind of like put
Press-
some dirt on top of it.
Prestidigitation, 5
Oh,
feet
perfect.
at a time.
There you go.
You actually clean up their dishes from last night.
Yeah.
But you guys are able to get probably just not take him off the chair. Sheila, just take him on the chair. And why change the bindings? Heavy Neck's gonna take the chain off of his neck, and his head's gonna slump forward as you hear the rattle as it wraps around or unfurls around the support beam. So where are you guys headed? You guys still have like 8, actually probably call it like 10 hours before the town hall meeting.
We have one of our ships there.
You don't have one of your ships. You have the Sparrow's Calling, which is Captain Pukara's ship, which Utag, you and Finn, on your little side flanking mission with the rest of the party, you found the Sparrow's Calling, and it was like a skeleton crew that was just barely making it so that like when Pukar retreated, they could jump on the ship and sail away. You were able to surprise them, slaughter all of them, and like after you were done with that, you made your way to like meet back up. So you do know that they have like the getaway ship that's just kind of floating there.
We could
But
we could go there and take that and just keep him there so he doesn't try to escape or cause any more destruction.
Yeah, and
that's a good
also
idea. And
also
if we
there's beds
search that
there.
ship, did you search that ship while you were like there?
Probably not because we didn't have enough time.
Yeah, it's
I-
probably you probably should not have. That's a dumb question.
I did see some beds though. I'd love to search a bed or two.
Yeah, it was a fairly decently
Or just
outfitted and furnished scouting ship. So nicer bunks down below. But you guys can make your way down towards the docks. More and more people. It looks like they're now have gotten wagon wheels or wagons, and they are like bringing all of the dead and lining them up like in a sort of like arc in couple rows right to this like to the right of the giant courtyard that is the Thriving Grove or where it used to be. You guys can make your left and then head right towards the docks. The docks, you haven't been able to really get a good look at them. They are absolute Swiss cheese. It wasn't really touched on during the lead up and during this entire miniseries, but when you guys first arrived, you arrived to not only like fire and screaming and murder and death, but you were also brought with cannon fire, and you're starting to see why. The dock is just completely destroyed. It looks like there's giant holes that have been like just blown apart. The entire supports, all of the ships are all like half sunk, masts are destroyed. Like we're talking 90% of the harbor was just obliterated by cannon fire, except for the one ship, obviously the getaway ship. But you guys can find Sparrow's Calling, get up on board. There are I'll say like a top like Tolland and a few other of the the other crew are coming with. But you guys can get to the Sparrow's Calling, get on deck, get situated. Who wants to do some looting now that you're here?
I will.
Yeah.
yes.
Investigation check, everybody. Zilch, you are just
Oof.
about you have like 1 hour left before you're starting to come down, and then your path is
Where is Zilch at this point?
oh my god, so you're probably like here, you've probably gotten to where Potomi Major empties out down here, because if you're
Okay.
flying full fucking speed, like you could get very far.
Sick.
So yeah, you're gonna come out dressed right as like where like the large river that cuts from the Sunstones and empties into can't remember what ocean that is, but either way, that's where you'll end up. So it'll be a little bit. It'll probably be like an hour trip back. Anyways, so now that you guys are on the ship, investigation checks. So what you got? Okay, so we got a 6, a 20, a 6, and a 4. Okay, so the 6, 4, and 6 did not do well, guys. Surprise, surprise. But those of you who wandered in Magmore, knowing that the captain's quarters probably had the cool stuff, you find that he does have a safe. He has a personal journal that is open on his desk. He has 12 bottles of fine assorted liquors, 2 casks of mead, and 5 casks of ale that are like off to one side, that are hooked up to like a little like steampunky like bar section. Food, well, you'll have to look over. There are like a bunch of trunks. You find food rations for a month for a crew of 40. Those of you who are not in, that's not in the captain's quarters, that's below deck.
Okay.
So everybody else found that. And while you were in the captain's quarters, Magmore, you hear a and just daintily jumping onto the desk is a gray cat, no collar, perfect fur, and just comes up to you and just looks at you dead ass and goes, and then sits, tails just like kind of wagging, and then you can hear him purring from where you are. He jumps down, and then he immediately starts like rubbing up against your legs.
I want to pet it.
He's into it. This is a chill cat. He immediately flips over onto his back and gives you his belly.
Oh yeah, I'm going for the belly rubs.
And he doesn't even attack you. He just like sprawls out even more.
What?
So
can I investigate this cat?
It's a chill ass cat.
Okay.
It's the boat cat.
Okay.
You know,
Did you know a chill ass cat spells cat?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Does it? Does it though?
All right. I'm ready for a break over here. So, you did not save, however, it is locked.
What?
Hold on.
That's awesome.
The safe that is behind his desk is definitely not opening.
Heaven, I could get some fucking some thieves' tools up in this bitch.
What? Magma, are you okay?
No.
Oh my god, did you just find a cat?
Yeah.
Seems pretty chill.
Is it cool?
Yeah, dude, he likes the belly rubs, man.
No way.
Way.
Heavy Neck is like sitting there going like, I don't trust fucking cats.
Try it, man.
No, I'm not fucking no. And he like takes his thieves tools out and he's like kind of shaking all of his. I just don't like fucking cats, man. And he like puts himself in front of you and
Really?
he's gonna attempt.
Cats is the thing. Weird.
It's just I never liked cats. And they never liked me. So
Interesting.
look, could you get the guy away? I'm distracted.
All right, I'll pick the cat up and I'll start giving him like rubbing him under the chin.
All right, so he's gonna try one more time. There it is.
There it is. That's what we
So
wanted.
as you finally get the cat, and when you pick him up, he immediately jumps onto your shoulder and is now like a good shoulder cat and just kind of hanging out with you.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
As you kind of sit there and you're like barely hear anything else besides his purrs, you hear a fuck yeah, click, and then you hear a giant latch lurch to the side. He opens it just slightly. Fucking idiot. Doesn't see the trap as he just rips it forward, and you see this just giant green plume of gas just encompass him. He's gonna have to make a con save. He fails. Okay. Actually, it's gonna be this. Takes 34 points of poison damage, and with that con save, he definitely is now poisoned. As you just hear,
dude, what are you doing? I don't have any spells left right now. Help you.
and then you watch this green cloud just kind of sift up and then disappear into the ceiling above, and then is now like dispersed. But you just hear, I'm gonna go outside, and then Heavy just kind of like runs, grabs one of the bottles as like he's walking out, and just like stumbles onto the deck and just like starts chugging. pukes up half of it. Mackmore, would you like to see what's in the safe?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Carefully.
Okay. Yes. So it is 500 platinum in a very intricately carved red wood box. And it is a smaller, littler, like black journal that's like couldn't be more than like your hand. Whereas like the other one that looked like it had writing in it was like a ledger.
Can I investigate the journal?
Yeah, you poke through it. It looks like it is his little black book. So, like, you thumb through, you can find details of like old descriptions of people. Some of them, it like he writes down like there's numbers, like you can only assume gold pieces next to it.
Okay.
Some of the names look like they have been crossed out. Um,
Right.
those are small sections. But you finally get to it is a very detailed description and like logging of Thaddeus's entire operation.
Oh shit. Okay.
You look at it and you're like, why? And you look down and you can see that in other pen colors, it looks like he has crossed out sections and changed like the format a little bit. You start to understand that maybe he was like kind of stealing Thaddeus's operation and maybe starting to plan his own little thing. But you now like it has like the way that like he has figured out that Thaddeus keeps he ships compartmentalized. So there are certain ships that only know about certain things. So that's it's part of the way that Thaddeus is able to make sure that there's no like fucking of the two. However, if you pay attention, it is easy to figure out that there are on Octheon. Apparently, Thaddeus has control of this continent and possibly another. There's a big question mark on which one it is. He doesn't know if it's Antithios or Irium, and and then there's the descriptions of the fleet. The ship that is Thaddeus is called the Pensive Merchant.
Pensive merchant.
And then it goes Pensive Merchant, Fat Man, Little Boy, and then Fat Man and Little Boy looks like it's trees down to the 3 scouting ships that I had described before.
Okay.
So yeah, you have and obviously if you want to recall other tidbits of information, you can just ask me. It's like, hey, would that be in that journal? But it'll take some time to read it. But you now have Captain Pukara's like little black book.
Do we get to indulge in those questions as well, or just Magmore?
Can I like openly
if he
like
shares it with the group, then everybody can. Then you guys can read it aloud. So that
I'll this is open forum to the group. Like, yo guys, check this crazy shit out. Like, this is the operation.
What? What kind of an egotistical moron writes the entire thing in one book?
Hey, Heavy Neck, do you have one of these?
No.
Hey, so in that
Yeah.
in that section about the operation, how much of that is in
Roll an
play?
insight check.
Yeah. Can I insight check?
Hold on.
You have one?
You have a little black book.
Yeah. Evinek definitely said that out loud and then realized that he also keeps all of his shit in one book. And you guys have seen him like
Use
and
it.
he has talked about his book and shown you sketches in his book. It's like, hey buddy, the internet exists. All right, but yeah, so you now have the full breadth of Captain Picard's notes. It's about time that Zilch you come to. It's about you remember it being the sunrise. You now look and the sun is like about overhead. You're wondering. So the description. So when you got pulled back, it was a direct reverse. So like you eventually like were able to out of body experience watch and track your body as you kind of like flew and merged into it, eventually regaining your own sense of self.
Okay.
But you find yourself now, if you weren't so tore up, it would be gorgeous.
So that's what he meant by an outer.
Yeah.
All right. I was kind of just hoping it would be like beer. But that works. Where the fuck am I?
Roll a
16.
pretty good. You look down both coastlines and you can just pick off like the tail end of the dragon's tail, like the Dragon Tail Mountains.
Mhm.
So, and you've been to Zawadi, you sailed this coast before. So
Yep.
you see that and you're kind of like, ah, shit, I went east. Somewhere along the coast. So you just gotta turn backwards.
At least I'm on the right continent.
Very true.
All right. Guess I should go back. Should I go back? Yeah, I guess I should go back. Well, I gotta kill that guy. Maybe I'll kill that guy and then I'll go back somewhere else. I don't know. And he's gonna grab his pendant and just be like, "What do you think? What do you think I should do? You think I should just let another city just go up in flames? You think I should just hold more people while they are just incinerated in my arms? Like that sounds like a really good life for me. Should I just keep doing that? That sounds great."
So,
all right, guess I'll go back.
So for a moment, as you're clutching your pendant, you feel a presence approaching you from behind. Almost as if someone's watching you. And you watch this two ethereal, like almost like looks like porcelain skin, but see through. There are like glitz and like flutters of yellows and like little like fairies that kind of like jump out of the arms as they wrap around you in a backwards hug. And you see and feel this mane of, it's almost like a bush, but you can see these ever flowing locks kind of like wrap around and like crawl into your vision.
Oh, I'm still tripping.
And you hear just whisper in your head or in your left ear, "I never said it was going to be easy." But your brother, but before you say anything else,
Yeah.
but your brothers and sisters need you. And you feel, I mean, you're flying, but this is like a whole different level of weightless. And I don't know when the last time you got a hug was, but you have, like, you feel like you've just dissolved. And then there's a slight giggle as these arms travel through you, and just for a moment you see this ethereal womanly figure just clad in all of these like flowing, it looks like silk garments, but they pull themselves out and then disappear back. And she looks at you and you catch these white glowing, soft glowing eyes that, like, it's like they go on for eternity. And right in the middle of it there's this like yellow spot, and you watch her just pull up this little bit of smirk, and then she dissolves into like almost this green cloud in front of you. That hawk from the Sunstones,
Mhm.
it just flying as fast as it can. You can only imagine right back to Asfa'eia.
All right. Fine. Let's do it.
All right.
Zilch is gonna just dive into the water real quick, and then just be like, okay, let's go.
Yep. And as you you feel that cold rush of water, just like almost rip a layer of skin off of you that was itching. You shoot out of the water. Water shoots just glistening everywhere, and you can just beat your wings once, and you can tail that hawk. As takes you about a better part of an hour to get back to Asfa'eia.
All right, cool.
But I think it's a good time for us to take a break.
Break
We will
a
come
break.
right back at you with the town hall meeting, and then any discussion you guys want to have, and then we'll finish with the town hall meeting. So, all right, guys, stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. We were just getting caught up to speed with Captain Pukara's notes with the rest of the crew. Magmore had found them after Heavy Neck had eaten a mouthful of poison spray to open it. But you guys now have a fairly good edge information wise. So what's the next move? As you guys are kind of like waiting around and like for the town hall thing to happen.
Do you think we should tell the town about this?
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
You know, I don't really think the town gives a shit right now about
Yeah,
They're
the
gonna
pirates
ask
operation.
us like, "Hey, why the hell did this happen?"
And it's completely our fault. So maybe we should just lie?
Do we just skip it?
like let's be clear. Like the only reason it's our fault is because we were asked to help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. But we
Like they did know we were basically going after stolen shipments.
It's like, guys, sorry for helping you survive and get food. Sorry the pirates got pissed. What are you gonna do about it?
well,
And we never hid the fact that
That is
we were
true.
being attacked all the time either.
we poked the bear and then we ran away and left them to fend for
we
themselves.
did agitate it a little bit. We could have done things differently, but they don't need to know that.
We didn't need to go up to Port Royal for like, several weeks.
Was it weeks?
I don't know. It's really hard to tell.
It was like 2 weeks.
Yep.
I mean,
It was a
but
that long?
fact-finding
we
mission.
had to stop and get supplies. That was the only place to get it.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose you're right. No, you're right. So so it's the town's fault that we went and blew up this guy's house.
I don't think it's anyone's fault.
Continent's fault for being shitty.
It's Thaddeus's fault.
Yes,
Being a piece of shit.
It's Thaddeus' fault this happened.
Yeah, but Thaddy wasn't there.
He was gonna do this at some
Anyway.
point
Yeah, but if he
anyways.
wasn't such a dick, it wouldn't have happened in the first place.
That's true. And he signed the letter himself. He claimed it.
It's true.
How does Caroline fit into all this? Because that guy seemed very
They-
interested in Caroline.
They dated, didn't they?
Utag,
Or something.
did you roll a history check? Actually,
Before I did, yeah. Do you want me to do it again?
everybody roll a history check. Finn, were you the one who had the conversation with Caroline at the pirate hideout after you guys killed the first batch?
That I don't know.
Because Caroline talked about her ex-boyfriend.
I
think
was
it was-
there. Sheila definitely recalls that conversation.
I think me.
It happened. Yeah, I mean, the other people can recall it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, Utah, would you get history? So yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, you know that obviously there's a connection, but like, God only knows.
I mean, she rolled a 20.
Say what?
Sheila rolled a 20.
Oh, Sheila. Yeah, Sheila. You would have definitely remembered Caroline talking. You would have overheard the conversation because it wasn't with you.
Yeah.
But Caroline originally said she dated a pirate that, like, sailed these waters and to watch out for him. And then obviously you could put together the fact that, other people were talking about it. That was Caroline's ex-boyfriend before she, like, decided and met Potho.
Well, there you have it. We may have accelerated the fire, but we definitely didn't ignite it.
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning before we got here.
It was just this hadn't been burned yet, but it was going to get burned.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. Who fucking knows? This is okay. I try not to dwell on the past too much, so we should probably look to the forward. What's the next move?
Well, I think they're gonna definitely banish us from here,
Probably.
All right, that's fine.
which is kind of a dumb move because we could help, but if they don't want to help, then that's
We're
You know.
definitely gonna get. There's definitely gonna be some people.
Listen, we're gonna do whatever they ask us to, as long as it's hey, we're not about to let them kill us or anything. But
oh yeah no. I mean,
Yeah.
what's left of them?
Within
Like,
reason.
and like, what else are we gonna do if they banish us? We're just gonna go out there and go after them anyway. So we might as well. We're just ready. Let's just do
Yeah,
this.
at the end of the day, we're still gonna try and help.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I think the next move is we have to go back to Port Royal and get the ship because it's still fucking there.
Oh my fucking god, the ship!
Oh,
Probably, probably
Holy
looted 10 times over.
Oh no! Please tell me, and I hate to say this, anybody was left on that ship?
No,
You
and
did-
we left it in the Undercity, didn't we?
Can you just describe it right now?
No, shut.
Fucker!
We left it in the under. Oh no, it's
Where's
buried.
Etrian?
We for sure left it in the Undercity, and that ship is gone.
I
I mean, we can find the ship with Etrian. Etrian can get us back on the
It's
ship.
not a heaven.
And Finn, do you really think someone would steal that piece of shit ship?
Look,
I mean, in reality, it's been only a couple hours, right?
we could go back.
We gotta go back immediately.
Well, it's been the better part of a night and half a day. They might not know that we're not on the ship.
Can everybody roll con saves? Because I should have had you do this a while ago, but now that we're in a second day. Good. Okay, cool. You're all fine. No exhaustion for you.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's only been about a day. They might, the nice thing is we left via the ship, so maybe nobody knows that we're not on the ship.
Well, if we get back in time,
If we get back,
Go
we're gonna show up on the ship anyway.
yeah, and then we go back, pay the fee,
Yeah.
and then leave some people.
Where is it? Where's Etrian?
Should we send someone to go
Yeah,
pay the fee
Etrian,
now?
Talon, what are you doing?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we'll just do that. And yeah. Oh, yeah, sure thing.
Take Talon with you.
Talon
Go
just,
do
like-
this.
Colin just like punches Etrian as Etrian's just kind of like mindlessly staring at like the cultivation fields far off, more inland. He goes, "Oh yeah, I need a tree to do that." Oh, find a tree. Yeah. Oh, it sounds like yeah, God, bro. And then they will jump over onto the docks or what's left of them, and they will start to scurry away. Don't worry, Cap, I got it. Tom's, just
They have money, right?
I think so. And if not, Talon
Well,
can steal some.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
Talon
I mean,
definitely stole some on the way out.
we can pay whatever we need to because I also figured out where they're keeping all the money, so I might be able to get all of it back later. But
Oh.
I spent the last week or 2 weeks, stalking the money collector guy from the pier.
That's
like-
brilliant.
That is just so innovative of you. Look at you,
If
Finn.
I get all my back, we could get other people's money on top of ours.
Well, let's not get greedy. I will get other people's money, but I'll get, we can have our money back.
Well, all right. So this kind of brings me to my next question. So we all kind of liked it here, yeah. Before it was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not
Yeah,
anymore.
like,
There's
it
not
was
really
good.
anything here. There's not really anything left to like it here.
So
Who
how does
tags from
everybody-
here?
what does everybody's feel about like
Moving
this
on.
yeah, like that's what I'm trying to get at. Like I kind of called this place home, and it doesn't feel like home.
Something tells me they're gonna make that decision for us.
Yeah, probably.
Heavy neck, honey. I've been running all my life, so whatever.
I'll leave
They
on our
make
own
a
accord.
decision doesn't mean we can't make our own decision.
Are we saying it's time to move on? Is that what we're collectively
all I'm
saying?
Is that I like these people, and I wouldn't mind sticking around, but I don't really know.
I don't really.
Pretty shitty. It's pretty shitty out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like one, maybe two buildings left. Maybe.
Technically, the city is 75% destroyed.
75.
That's a bummer.
So yeah, there is probably about 20 buildings in total that are intact.
So I mean, we're all in agreement. We're not gonna let them like imprison us or kill us.
I don't think they
No,
have
I
that
don't think they
ability.
no.
They don't even have that ability.
They can fucking try.
Okay, I just, sometimes it's the right thing to do is to, accept your punishment for whatever.
Look, and if it comes to the worst, we'll just give him that cat that Magmore found.
Yeah.
It's now just
I
Wait.
just have to be upfront. I do not do well in captivity, and that's not happening ever again. So,
no. Likewise.
right.
Yeah, no.
We're not,
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
happening.
Like I've been a slave too. We get it.
All right, so I think the more of what we're talking about is they're probably gonna come out with some harsh words, but I think we got a good defense.
Do we need to defend ourselves, or do we just take it
No.
and move on?
Do we just?
I guess we'll just wait and see. So Heavy gonna be feeling a little bit anxious, and he's gonna dig around in his pockets. Probably not find anything. Unfortunately, he only finds the butt of some fucking terrible joint he smoked weeks ago. So he's just gonna take that, flick it away, and just start chugging the alcohol that he has in his hand instead. He's doing well so far. He's not out yet.
Finn is going to cast message to Magmore and be like, "Is anybody gonna acknowledge the fact that it's kind of Zilch's fault because he rushed in?"
To what?
Never mind.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Can I? How does that work? Am I allowed to like say something back to him in my mind, or does that not work that way?
Get a response.
Yeah, you get a response.
She'll be like, "What?"
And just out loud, Finn's just gonna be like, "Never mind."
That's so spicy. All right. Anything else that you guys want to do before? I'll say Zilch arrives, and then the town hall meeting will occur.
I don't think Utag would have been with the crew during this, but I think because he's from this
Oh yeah,
area.
because you're.
Yeah, I'm from this area and I just met you guys here. But I would absolutely be campaigning for like your like not getting in trouble and just like being like just
Yeah.
being pro you guys with
Okay.
everybody.
So Utag, that's perfect. While you meet back up with Asfa'eia's finest, is what we're calling them, but it is the Oppo group that is made up of Boris, the fox hybrid, Lil Georgie, the Goliath, Sandplow, the Rhinorian, and then Leash and Quill, the two Nuestais. Uh, so while they're kind of helping people pick through the shit, you hear Sandplow start to get kind of like he picks up like a giant piece of wood and he's just like, these fucking guys can't believe they brought this here, and then they throw it in, and Georgie kind of looks at it and goes, what, like the people the people who gave us food, they're the ones who brought us here? Come on, think with your fucking skull. And he like backhands him right in the horn. He goes, yeah, but those guys are yutzes half the time. They probably fucked something up, and that's why this is like this. And then he just picks up another piece of wood and moves it around. So you can kind of get the gist that like there are two sides to like what people are feeling, but like there is a defense for you.
I would probably chime in at that point and be like, they might fuck up from time to time, but they came to save us at least.
Yeah, dude.
He says,
It's not like you're fucking perfect. And Sandplow just kind of like he just buries his head and then just moves it. He just like and then like moves almost an entire wall just so you guys can see that. Oh, unfortunately, there's just the charred remains of a family that got trapped in here, and he just kind of looks at takes the scene in. He goes, "You ain't lying. And then he just will like gingerly pick up these like these bodies and hand them to little Georgie, and that is rough. And for what it's worth, they ain't bad. I guess I am just, and he'll hand like this little girl's body to you, Utag, as he picks up the husband that you can only assume it's the husband, and you guys start to walk out. And he goes, "Yeah, Utag, you ain't been here long, but they you ain't wrong. They do know what they're doing. Can't fault them, I guess." As he just like kind of like spits off onto the ground as you guys turn to walk towards the where they're starting to gather on this like mass sort of not a grave, but just like where they're putting all the dead bodies, so that like it's right next to. Uh, you can see that Boris and Leash and Quill are not with you. They are busy constructing fairly decent little mini stage that sits right in front of the charred, now completely quenched remains of the Thriving Grove Lighthouse. And it is clearly just some place to like, where you're going to speak. There's like a little like, looks like there's a couple seats that have been thrown there. But yeah,
I'll take the body that I have and get it all nice wrapped up. And when I lay it down there, I'll tuck in the snake necklace into the cloth as I put her down, like into the.
nice. All right, you tuck the necklace in. You can pull the wrappings over, uh, lay it right next up to its mother and father. You hear Boris go, "Well, all right, it's starting to get to be that time. I'm going to head up to the Stargazer to get Monty and Gina and start getting people corralled down. See you guys in about 30, yeah?" And he just kind of like gives you a little wink, or not a little like send off, and him and Leash and Quill will quickly, almost hastily, walk up more inland towards the Stargazer.
Zilch is going to land in the cultivation fields and just walk the rest of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll meet Heavy Neck down at the dock.
Okay, cool. The walk down the cultivation fields is a lot like the docks. It looks like they had, while they were laying bombs, they were also running through and leaving behind these massive trails of fire that just kind of like cut through and have engulfed more than 75 or 80% of the cultivation fields. So what little food these people could grow, it looks like, is completely wiped out. Bothos' house remains untouched. Your guys' house remains untouched. Um, but as you get back into the town, you can see that all the fire has been quenched, but there's still just this eerie, thick smoke that's not only just hanging in the air, but chimneying from the carcasses of these houses that once were.
Yeah, Zilch just wants to like he wanted to just walk from the edge of town all the way down just to take everything in.
Yeah. And you can see, roll a perception check.
17.
You get a mixed bag of emotions with your presence with regards to like people around you. Like as you walk, there are some people that go, "Oh, so can you come here? Can you come here? My daughter, she's wounded. She I think she broke her arm." And as you, would you like to help them?
Yeah, if I have time before the
Oh yeah, no,
thing,
it's
yeah.
like yeah, because it's not quite that time yet. Like you're happening kind of a little bit before Utad's thing.
All right, yeah, then I would just like kind of reach into my pouches and like grab any medicinal things that I possibly could, use to help.
Okay. She's badly burned, she's badly cut, and she definitely has a broken wrist.
All right, can I roll medicine?
Yeah. Wait.
33.
Yes. You can quickly reset the wrist, and you have plenty of herbs and bandages to be able to apply some sort of ointment that will help, take care of the burns, and then it gives some quick bandages that help like compress the cuts so that the scar won't be as big.
This is gonna hurt for a while. I'm sorry, I don't have any the healing magic. I don't have any right now. Check back with me later. I'll be able to help a little bit more.
She she just dives at you and gives you a whole big hug, and then the mom comes in and gives you a follow-up hug and thanks you, and they kind of like they exchange like we're like, let's go find your father. She said she was with like Uncle like Terry, and so they get up and she thanks you again, like with wells of tears in her eyes. And
That's not necessary, but feel better.
you're good people, we know that. And then she just kind of like can't hold it back anymore, and then turns and walks away. But after you do that, you also you walk by Mindy's, or you don't walk by Mindy's, you walk by Mindy, who is sitting in front of Tristan's, which is completely burnt to the ground. And she is fiddling with a gold ring in her hand. And when she looks at you, roll an insight check.
Okay. 29.
She is fucking, the amount of disdain that she gives you when she looks at you is like palpable. Like, she even takes a few steps away from your direction as you walk past, and she just laser focused, like for like a brief moment, looks at you and then looks right back into the charred carcass, just like fiddling with this gold ring in her hand.
All right, and Silge keeps walking.
No, I'm just
Yep.
I'm giving you the mixed bag, so like you can kind of up that some people are unhappy, some people are they're just happy that there's somebody that could do something. But you can meet back up. You find the stage that has been erected at the base of the lighthouse. It looks like they've pulled the bell and kind of like sat it like right on the left side, like stage left of the platform, and there it looks like it is charred and has a couple cracks that are just like cutting right through it. But you do see, as you look over, some other people are like, if you're looking for your friends that are over on the ship, and they point you towards the only ship in the harbor that's still a ship, and you guys can meet up with the rest of Heavy Neck and the crew. As you get onto the ship, Heavy Neck will come up.
It's rough out there, guys.
And he'll just he'll go up and he'll grab your wrist, and he'll just stare straight into you. He will not say anything, but there will be a slight little like nod, and then he's gonna let go of your wrist, and then he's gonna point to wherever they're fucking holding fuck.
Okay.
And his mouth's gonna open and goes, "We got a lot of info. If you want to hear it before you decide how to deal with him, it's up to you."
Did you get what you needed?
I think so.
More or less.
Good. And then Zilch is just gonna walk towards him.
Cool. All right. What would you like to do with him?
As Zilch
Down below deck, completely tied. He's still tied to a chair, and he has more bindings around his mouth that are like.
Oh, shit.
Zilch is gonna walk right up to him and take the hand with the fire wraps, and he's just gonna place his hand on his head and just squeeze as hard as he can, and he's just gonna be like, "Right now is not your time, but it will be. It will be soon. I have other things to deal with right now." And he's gonna turn around and walk away.
You like. Okay, first roll an intimidation check. He thinks
21.
this may be a hallucination. He just saw a fucking devil. Let's say.
Like like with the wraps, I just want him to feel like fire seeping into his skin.
Yeah. So
Well,
he was unconscious but stable, and your hand starts to it leaves this like fine print of where it was, and you look into his eyes and you sense absolute fear. His pupils turn into pins, and you smell him wet himself. As you can just like, you're like, and you look down and you can just see that the baggy pants, there's a little puddle or like this little discoloration that's starting to seep down the leg. And you definitely smell pee. As when you turn around and walk away, his head just kind of like slumps down, and you can leave him be. Damn. Okay. So now with that, as Zilch, you come up above deck. Magma, show 'em.
the book?
We found this. And Magmore presents a little black book. You can thumb through it.
This thing is nuts.
Heavy Neck will like kind of give you like backseat driving, like kind of flip you through the pages, and
Does it say where any of them are?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a in the middle
Like
of it. There's a
specifics.
spread of and it has the 2 X's. Well, it has the 3. It has the 2 safe houses, and then the scouting other thing, the other compound that you had already taken. So
Nice.
you now have all 3 X's.
Sick.
Yeah.
Um,
But then you also have a detail, like you know that like what Thaddeus's flagship is called. You know how his system operates.
Yep. Zilch is just gonna be like, that guy downstairs and I were gonna take a trip, but I would like to get a good night's rest first.
Absolutely. He's yours.
Yeah, rest would be good
I don't give a shit.
for the first time in, I don't know.
We'll see if he can swim.
You just see this like not even subtle, just this big grin creep across Heavy's face. Well, all right. It looks like it's about to be that time where we should probably head and get this. I imagine yelling overway. So Heavy Neck will go to the edge of the ship and throw himself over and onto the dock. So, is anybody else following?
Yep.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yep.
All right.
Utag meets him there.
Or like, do we really need to go to this guy's? Do we just go take care of these pirates? Can we skip this part? No, I'm just kidding.
We skipped getting this. So Utag, you are one of the first groups to make your like find a place to stay in this courtyard. Boris it says that he's going to lead it. Caroline has come, and it looks like she's doing as the best that she can possibly be doing right now in this current moment. She has it together this bit, like this much. Her eyes are sunken into her face. She looks like completely exhausted. Her hair is unkempt. Her clothes are like still bloodied. It looks like there are still pieces of Pothos's skin like that are from where it's stuck to like her actual body. Um, but she is talking. She's like not joking, but she's kind of like, yeah, like this ain't gonna be fun talking to these people. You know that, right?
It's gonna suck.
We're not going to be doing much talking. This is their time to talk.
Or they're gonna get yelled at.
So as you guys get to the courtyard, Caroline, you see Boris is facing you, nudges Caroline. She perks up and looks at you guys, starts uh, deliberately walking towards you guys. She's with purpose, and she gets up to you, to your guys' group, and it's like, "Hi,
No.
I don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna." I want to thank you, Reyes, right now for everything that you did and have done. And I hope that you continue to do for us. Uh,
But
we're going to need, these people might need some convincing. And I just want y'all to be prepared for that. But I also want you to know that I've got your back. The finest got your back. And Monty and Gina both got your back. So don't think. Look, I'll tell you right now. The yelling's gonna come from Mindy, and it's because she lost Tristan last night, and you can't blame her. But she's gonna be loud, and she's thick-headed, so she might be a little rude. So I hope that you guys can take it and don't throw it back.
What about Brian?
Now ain't the time for that. So okay. All right. So if you don't mind, could you stand up there with me?
yeah, might as well.
Because it's y'all just need to be there. All right.
Oh yeah.
So she kind of like brushes herself off a little bit, like moves her hair just like a little bit to the side. It doesn't fucking do anything. And she will apprehensively walk onto the stage as you start to see the 750 people that remain of this town.
That's a lot more than I thought.
Well, it's half of what it was.
Yeah.
And as everyone's kind of like piled in, you can see some are like really hugging the buildings. There's a lot of eager eyes that are staring back at you guys. They look just as exhausted as Caroline. It's exactly what you can picture. You can see some. Well, actually, everyone roll perception checks.
Nope.
All right, all right.
I am too tired.
Which is very perception-y.
Yeah. Utog, Zilch, you both. You can see Mindy. It looks like she has she's sitting close to the front, and she's shooting daggers out of her eyes, just like biting on her lip, just chewing on it almost. And she looks angry. But as it looks like good as time as any, Caroline kind of steps forward. She raises her hand, and before Caroline can get a fucking word out, you hear Mindy go, "You're standing up there with those guys, the ones who brought this evil here? How could you? They did this." And then you hear another guy pike up. "Yeah, at first it was funny, but now it just seems like you guys don't know what you're doing. What else are you gonna fucking bring here?" And then you just hear like another people go, "Yeah, yeah," and it just seems like it's all that fucking one corner. And right as the starts to maybe look like they're gaining a little traction, you see Caroline's hands fucking like close as they're like still way above, holding above her head. She goes, "People, listen to me. What has been lost here last night can never be brought back. It can also never be forgotten, and certainly not forgiven. I promise you that I will not rest until the monsters responsible for this are brought to justice. I would," and she holds her hand like almost like shushing Mindy. "I will be doing this with the help of our protectors," and she motions to you guys. And you just hear a bunch, and you from that stage you hear boo, boo. Now I know you all want to blame these people for bringing this destruction here, but if you want to blame anybody, blame me. I convinced Pothos that these people would help us, and she reluctantly agreed. Can I have everybody roll insight checks? Okay, if it's above 16, she's lying.
Woo, lion, pencil fire.
There's a pause. And if it weren't for these brave souls here today, then most of us had fucking starved weeks ago. You hear Mindy is about to raise her hand, but watch someone next to her, put her hand on hers, and she pulls it down. Now ain't the time for more hurt. We need to come together and become stronger than we were before. We can only do that if we work towards a common goal. There's a little confusion that starts to sweep over the crowd. Tonight is where we decide what that goal is. As a community, I will open the floor up of all who are all in attendance. And since I'm the speaker for the fishermen, I'll start. She straightens up a little bit. Cars on the table, most of the food stores that we had burned up in the lighthouse and the cultivation fields. I'd wager we got about a month's worth of food stocked up, and that's about it. All of our boats are damaged. We can't use, and those got to be used for fishing. The yard, luckily, was barely touched, thank Eldath. So we have the ability to rebuild if we want to. And that's kind of where I ended up. We can either stay here and rebuild, or we can leave and find somewhere else. Now, Port Royal ain't but a week's trip by boat, and our protectors have ways to get us there faster. So I know my boys and girls will need the port for food, or not for food, for work. if that's our only option. And so then that's literally our only option. So we have at least some place to recoup if needed. So with all that being said, my vote, I want to stay and rebuild. We can use Port Royal and the supplies, and we can start rebuilding tomorrow, next week. We can rebuild the town better than it was before. The way Pothos and Trypha, she just like barely gets those two names out. The way they would have wanted.
Zilch is like crying at this point.
Yeah.
Like stone faced, but like tears are like running
Tears.
down.
So that's all I gotta say. And she just takes a step back, still holding on. You hear, well, I don't think I could have said it better myself. As Boris, his voice starts to echo across the courtyard. I kind of like it here, and I want to rebuild too. But I don't think Port Royal is the best place that we could be going. Now, I know me and my boys, half of us are from Zawadi. I've got family in the city of Moyo. We could go there. We got plenty of supplies there that we could get. I know how to get in and out. So that's what my vote is. I say we rebuild, but we use Moyo for our resources. You hear the rest of Asfa'eia behind him. Hear, hear, and all of them kind of just like raise their hands in support. Well, She gives a hard stare down, and you can see Mindy's fucking lost it too. I understand that we can't be hurting. And I want to stay and rebuild too. For Tristan. And you hear the people around her go, here, here. You see a couple other men stand behind that, like pop up in little groups. And you hear echo across in unison. The Fishers stand with Caroline. Here, here. More raise their hands. The Builders stand with Boris. Here, here. And the Cultivators, led by Brian's shaky fucking hand. The Cultivators stand with Boris. Here, here. And it looks like that's all the people that have decided to speak up for the time being. Does anybody want to say anything?
Utog will stand up and he will raise his spear and say, I will fight with Heavy Neck, and if necessary, die for him. And he says, I will travel with them and bring the fight to our enemies.
Heavy Neck steps forward. Here, here. And he puts his hands up in a similar fashion to Caroline, trying to mimic her stance a little bit. And I just wanted to say, from the depths of my heart and every member of my crew, we weep beside you. This is our loss, and no amount of fancy words are going to make this better. What I can do is make everyone here promise. Me and my crew, and he just gestures to the lot of you, like turns around briefly, like you can see tears are welling up in his eyes as he turns back around. Me and my crew are going to do everything in our power to make the people responsible for this attack. We're going to bring them to justice. We will find these monsters. And we will not stop until we know that every single soul in this town is safe. And he holds up his hand, and you just hear a few, like a few groups that had stood up, some builders, some fishers. You just hear, "Here, here," and with that, Caroline steps forward. So it looks like it's settled. Half of us are gonna go to Port Royal, and the other half of us are gonna go to Zawadi with Moyo. Those of you who wish to follow can, and those of you who wish to stay, I hate to say this, but you do so at your own risk. Thaddeus is still out there. And as long as he's out there, I don't believe that this town is safe. So we'll split, we'll gather resources, and we'll come back and we'll rebuild this fucking town. And then the entire town, you see them all raise their hands up, and just this "here, here" as it like echoes across the courtyard. And I think that's a good place to end it. And we will pick up next week with the crew on the ship, deciding what to do next and where to go and which pirates to kill first.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you everybody on the stream for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. It was a real emotional roller coaster. So thank you. And I don't believe we'll have a session tomorrow because I don't think anyone is going to be available except for like 2. So you can definitely expect us next week, Wednesday, same time, same beautiful place. So thank you guys.
Till next
Stay
time,
safe.
guys.
Yay.